Any idea how it started?
We think it was Ryan. Maddie's a witness.
If Ryan is charged with deliberately starting the fire, I will be removing him from school today.
You gotta believe me, I didn't do it.
I lied. It was me.
6 months.
That's the point at which we'd start proceedings to close the school.
I think the inspectors are just bullies, and we have to do what you do with bullies. Stand up to them.
The legal challenge by Summerhill has just got underway at the Royal Courts of Justice.
Right.
Now, the start of the case is proving just as controversial as the school itself. No one from Summerhill turned up.
Bye-bye, Summerhill.
All right, try it now.
Your Honour, I appear for the Secretary of State for Education, the Office of Standards in Education, and Her Majesty's Inspectorate. And that is the introductions finished, Your Honour. Or should I say as many as I'm able to do. Personally, I think it an enormous waste of time and money to bring a case to court and then fail to show up.
Oh, my... Steve, I need some help here. Oh, help me.
We all here yet?
Well, I'm not sure, Your Honour.
Who's she? A barrister. She's got to prove the inspectors are right about the school. Yes, but who is she?
Mr. Stevens.
I know who she is. She's the enemy. She's Hook. Captain Hook.
Who's that?
That is Geoffrey Robertson. Only one of the best QCs money can buy.
How'd the school afford him?
We wrote 2,501 letters, met 25 ex-pupils, and shook 49 buckets. Peter Pan!
And appearing for Summerhill School is Mr. Geoffrey Robertson, QC.
Zoe's Tiger Lily, waiting to be saved.
I'd like to open, Your Honour, by saying that the Secretary of State has absolutely no problem with Summerhill and its philosophies.
Oh, good. You can all go home.
He's naughty.
Mr. Robertson, please let Miss James finish. Or at least start.
Thank you, Your Honour. The Secretary of State is fully aware of the huge influence that A.S. Neil and his school have had upon the world of education. The government is concerned only with the children and how well they are being taught. Now, in the case of Summerhill, this is very inefficiently indeed. The root of the problem is non-attendance at lessons. Now, this is because Summerhill does not adhere to the national curriculum. Oh, no. They have their own. The cop-out curriculum.
Cop-out curriculum, like it.
Over the years, the school have taken their founders' philosophy of freedom and used it as an excuse to be idle. The futures of pupils at Summerhill are blighted because Summerhill is failing. And that is what we will prove to the court.
When is Peter Pan going to do something? They take it in turns. Now it's our turn to say why the inspectors are wrong.
I wonder if there's anyone in the Department of Education who's ever actually been a child. Perhaps you were all born fully formed miniature adults, eh? Complete with clipboards.
Mr. Robertson, your statement.
Luckily for us, A.S. Neal understood children. Indeed, he understood them so well, he changed the way people thought about education forever.
Objection, Your Honour.
Neal didn't believe in forcing children to sit in classrooms they didn't want to be in, taking exams just for the sake of it. No. He wanted them to grow up with a sense of emotional well-being. Oh, yes. He gave them a voice that's still being heard today. Every single school council, the whole world over, has its origins in this room and this man, and the first children's democracy. A democracy that's still going strong 79 years later. Your Honor, if Summerhill is failing, how is it that last year 75.3% of pupils achieved GCSE at grades A to C? A figure which I think I'm correct in saying is higher than the national average. So, what becomes of this lot, eh? These poor Summerhill children. Do they grow up miserable, unqualified, unemployed, turning to drink and drugs and crime and cursing the fates that ever sent them to Summerhill? No, sir. They do not. If you please, alumni of Summerhill. Actress, artist, doctor, horticulturalist, marine engineer, research chemist, professor of mathematics, nurse, charity director, dancer. Indeed, the only significant occupations not represented, and this may come as a great credit to the school, are politicians and schools inspectors. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not seek to suggest that Summerhill suits everyone, but it does suit the great majority of children who go there. Surely in any intelligent education system, Summerhill would be regarded as well, let's say, a unique educational establishment. Sadly, Ofsted has not been intelligent. And to conclude, Your Honor, I'd like to suggest that it is not Summerhill that is failing. It's Ofsted itself.
Hook's planning something. Look. It's me.
I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Inspector Wharton, would you say that the teachers at Summerhill are failing in their educational responsibility?
I wouldn't use the word failing, no.
But children with special needs are, as a matter of principle, being overlooked?
Yes, one boy with dyslexia was clearly struggling with his reading and writing. His teacher merely typed his work for him.
Hook's talking about me.
Dyslexic children need specialist intervention, Your Honour.
That's exactly what they get. I mean, we make sure that Peter feels successful in front of his classmates and Len works with him on his reading and writing one-to-one.
So the children are allowed to drift and fall behind. In fact, these children are rather discouraged from attending lessons. Is that your view?
She's plain dirty. She's twisting everything to suit her argument.
That's her job.
Well, with attitudes like these, is it any wonder that the children do as they please? Was there not an instance where one boy attacked another boy? An incident where not one single member of staff intervened?
I didn't need to. The children sorted it out.
Sorry, please.
How many more incidents like this happen every day, Your Honour?
I object.
Go on, Miss James.
I ask you, is this freedom or an abrogation of responsibility on the part of the teaching staff at Summerhill? And then, of course, there is the matter of the fire.
Fire? When was I told about this?
You knew the fire was an accident.
You can't just shout out.
Order, please.
Zoe, please, this is...
Presumably, Mr. Wharton, the events you personally witnessed must have added to your concerns about the school.
Yes, but Summerhill was TBW anyway.
TBW.
TBW. I've heard it somewhere before.
It's Ofsted speak. It just means the school was giving us cause for concern.
Your Honor, may I suggest a break?
We will resume at 2 o'clock prompt.
All rise.
The fire was an accident.
That stupid fight.
I can read much better now.
Hello, Ryan. Peter. Did the rabbit
Make it? Yeah. You should see him now. He's huge.
I'm so pleased.
Look, Summerhill is on the TBW list and has been for years.
Where are you going?
They'll be going back in. I need to tell the pan man something about Smee.
Tactical advantage. I'm coming with you. Me too.
You are rather trying my patience, Mr. Robertson.
Oh, apologies, Your Honor. Some rather important evidence has come to hand. TBW.
I'm sorry?
TBW? Mr. Wharton, would you be kind enough to enlighten us as to what TBW stands for? You mentioned earlier, but Summerhill was TBW anyway. Well, what does it mean?
To be watched.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Could you speak up?
To be watched.
To be watched. To be watched.
True chasing.
Mr. Wharton, did you at any point say to Summerhill the reason we've been inspecting you a lot is because we're worried about the philosophy that pupils are not forced to go to lessons? Because that's the reality, is it not?
The reality is routine inspections were made because we were worried that the school was not providing...
efficient and suitable instruction, that old chestnut, yes. You mentioned the word routine. But what was happening at Summerhill wasn't the slightest bit routine, was it? Because Summerhill was on a government hit list. Ofsted had the school in its sights for the best part of a decade, and this year, you decided to go for the jugular and shut it down.
I object, Your Honor. This is conjecture.
Robertson, please.
The school was to be watched. It was on a hit list and had been for 9 years. Mr. Wharton, why was the school not told about this?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Well, happily, I am sure. The answer is because it was a secret. A secret.
Watch out!
Reference, Your Honor, is page 233. Summerhill to remain TBW. An internal Ofsted letter dated 1993.
On guard.
All of which means, Your Honor, that Summerhill was on a hit list way before 1993.
Your Honor, it wasn't a hit list.
Then, fed up when their endless year-in, year-out inspections weren't having the desired effect,
Pure conjecture.
Ofsted sent in a team of 8. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's one inspector for every 7 pupils in the school to close it down.
Prove it.
Watch me.
Surely the school had a fundamental right to know why they were being subjected to this level of surveillance?
I agree it would have been desirable.
Mr. Wharton, be honest. Ofsted wanted to close Summerhill down. You decided on a game of sudden death, didn't you?
I'm not sure I follow.
By forcing Summerhill to do something you knew they would never agree to, making lessons compulsory, you thought you could strike it from the register of schools. I submit, Your Honor, if I may be so bold, that this is what you had in mind from the moment you set foot in the school. This was the game in hand.
My learned friend is making all this up.
Am I? Who's making what up?
Your Honor, I need to take advice.
It'll just be adjourned for an hour.
Give me that one. Wasn't there? Wasn't there?
There's a press rule 24, I'm sure.
Geoffrey. The Secretary of State has decided he'd like to take the pressure off Summerhill just a little.
Feel like surrendering? Huh. You're giving up before I cut your head off.
Will you take your seats, please?
Miss James,
The Secretary of State has offered Mrs. Redhead an out-of-court agreement.
this has been accepted.
Mrs. Redhead can't make that decision for the school. The community has to decide whether to accept or to continue with the case. They need to hold a school meeting in here, if that's acceptable.
With respect, Your Honor, I...
Of course.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your chair this week.
And your secretary. So what do we do now? Vote to let them stay. Excuse me, sir. But visitors aren't allowed in our meetings. We have to vote on whether we let them, you, stay.
This is ridiculous.
Of course. Please.
Go on, Stella. There is one case for the special meeting today. But first, I propose we let the visitors stay to see how we do things. All those for the proposal? All those against? Then it's carried. You're all invited to stay. Thanks. Zoe, what does the agreement say?
The Secretary of State recognises that this independent school, based as it is on the writings and systems of A.S. Neil, has a right to its own philosophy. Now, this is really important because what it's saying is that we don't have to do things the government's way.
But will the inspectors keep on coming?
Ofsted are going to have to take us off the to be watched list, but then they'll do the inspections normally. But when they do come, which will probably be in about 4 years' time, they're going to have to bring an expert in our kind of education.
Ryan?
If we agree, can we still sign up for lessons?
And not be forced to go to everything?
The freedom of the children to attend classroom lessons or not in accordance with Neil's philosophy is acknowledged.
Yes. Hey! Order! This is a meeting. 10 pence fine, Will. So, the two proposals are accept the agreement or let Zoe, our expert witness, and the old pupils prove what a great school we really are and defeat the government properly. And maybe lose.
That's it, Stella. You got it.
Lucy?
Zoe, what do you think?
I don't know, Lucy. I really don't know. I mean, I think I'll feel cheated if I don't get a chance to stand up and defend the school against all the lies.
Let's fight to the death. Hear, hear.
A peace agreement is sometimes the best outcome, if it ends a war.
This agreement would make Summerhill the most protected school in the world. It's a charter for freedom.
Any more questions?
Remarkable.
All those for accepting the government agreement? All those against? Then it's carried. We accept the government agreement. Thank you, sir and madam, for allowing us the privilege of having a school meeting in your courtroom.
Not at all. It's been our honour to be allowed to attend your meeting. I trust you also appreciate the privilege you've been given.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honour, I think it really is for you to bring proceedings to a close.
This tribunal formally annuls the notice of complaint against Summerhill School.
Historic scenes in court today as Summerhill School defeats the government in what can only be described as a David versus Goliath battle.
Following this ruling, it's safe to say that liberty and learning go hand in hand at Summerhill, which seems to me entirely appropriate.
The children from Summerhill describe it as the happiest school in the world, and judging from the scenes here today, they might well be right.
We have said all along that we're not trying to close Summerhill. Thank you.
You've come to take me home, haven't you?
Maddie, my problem with Summerhill...
Oh, Mum, you can't.
Maddie, my problem with Summerhill is more to do with me than anything else. I like everything neat and organised. I like lists and targets. I'm a control freak. Let's face it, it's like having an inspector in the family. Summerhill is golden, rumpled, cheerful, laid back. It's nothing like me. No wonder you love it so much.
Mum.
No, it's okay. I know who I am. But you don't know who you are yet. So go back to Summerhill and find out. I do love you, Maddie. I just don't find it very easy to show it.
Oh, Mum, you just have.
Yeah.
I can stay, Ryan. I can come back next term, and the term after that. Ryan, what's wrong? No one can find my dad. The social worker's coming for me tomorrow. What about next term? I'll be in school near to where my carers. I don't want you to go. I don't either, Maddie.
Right, Mark, come on. I want you to meet our new science teacher.
Oh.
And I think you're going to approve. Myrtle. Myrtle's taken over from Emma.
Oh, that's terrific.
I'm planning to stay here until I can no longer tell my permanganate from my plutonium. Only joking.
Come on.
Come
Three,
Go!
There you go, boy.
Aren't you launching the boat?
Just been feeding dinner.
Ryan, there's someone to see you.
All right.
Dad! Dad, where have you been?
I lost my job at the garage. An opportunity came up in Dubai. God, you should see that place.
You should have rung.
But you said it'd be better if I left Ryan with you for the term.
Well, I think you took it rather literally.
What about the house? You sold it.
I had to, Ryan. It's all part of the plan.
What stupid plan was that?
Do you like it here, Ryan?
I love it.
Ryan's fees. I'm sorry they're late.
I think you've made a mistake.
The office said if I wanted to pay 5 years in advance, that's the cost.
5 years? You mean I can stay here till I'm 16?
Well, that's if they'll have you. Has he been any trouble?
None at all.
That's all right, isn't it, son?
Yeah, Dad. It's all right.
Now, where's that Barbie? I'm so hungry I could eat a horse stuffed between 2 pea-soaked mattresses.
Ready? Where's Ryan?
Launch!
We've got to launch. Maddie! He's here! Okay, let's go.